Sometimes get away all by yourself when the storm comes. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. Make it all right. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton's Facebook page, and you can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear it all over the globe, all you have to do is go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, click and listen live. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful, hot day in the neighborhood.
Welcome back. Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbor. Let's welcome WGPL 1350 AM listening.
Peace, 95.3, WMVA 88.9 FM, and WGPL 1350 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go over to our newest channel on YouTube. That's FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton and Crystal Records One, CRISTO Records One. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise we'll shout you out.
You promise?
Promise.
You shout them out?
I will.
Shout out.
God bless you all. Thank you, Mr. E, for the welcome back.
Yeah,
Mr. E, I want to know something.
Back.
I want to know something.
Yes.
What day is it today?
Today is Hump Day.
What a wonderful hump day to go along with this hot weather we're having here in Hampton Roads.
Yeah, beautiful weather though.
Ooh, it is definitely beautiful,
Summertime.
Mr. E. Summertime is here. Look, y'all don't push it too far. You know, don't try to get somewhere else too quick. Let's enjoy the warm. It's going to get hotter. It's going to be August on tomorrow. And I tell you what, August usually yields rain and a lot of humidity.
But it's going to be beautiful. Just enjoy. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. And don't rush it. I want to say good morning to Mr. Sheila Robbins, and Miss Sheila Robbins, and to Mr. Chris Hinton. Good morning.
Oh my goodness.
I'm excited. I'm just excited.
All right. It's time to be excited.
Because she's back.
She's back. Well, you can put the work on me now.
That's right. I had to put the load. I got to put the load on. She's back, y'all. And we welcome her back. My God.
Look, y'all tell me how Mr. E did. How did he do? Did he handle it? Did he take over? Or did he let somebody else come in and host? Tell me what happened.
Never that. Never
all
that.
All right.
Never
well, I'm glad
that.
to be back, Mr. E. A wonderful, wonderful family vacation, of course. All rested and up and popping, ready to go.
And ready to go?
Ready to go.
Let's get started then.
Well, today is our FYI Wednesday segment, What's Under the Hat? But today we're going to be talking about voter registration information.
You know, Miss Hinton, voting is popular now. We got to go ahead and get it done. So hey, look, let's tell them a little bit about voters registration.
Well, I tell you what, everything is just going. I mean, so everything is getting very excited. You all know that we had a changing of the guards. We did have President Joseph Biden, who
Uh-huh.
was going to be the front runner for the Democratic Party, but something
Ching, ching, ching,
happened.
ching, ching,
Something happened,
ching.
and he said, "Listen, this is it for me. This is where I get off. I'm going to finish up my term as president, but I tell you what, I got somebody that I want to
Tell her, tell her,
take over the wheel,
tell
and
us.
that is Vice President Kamala Harris. You know, we're talking about that right now because, and we're talking about voter registration because the numbers. Oh my God, Mr. E, the numbers have climbed through the roof as far as voter registration. Something that we want and need to see. We need more people, new folk, young people coming out to lift their voice and cast their votes.
You know, Miss Hinton, this came the day after. That day came after Kamala Harris campaign eclipsed $80 million in the first 24-hour
Now,
window of
woo,
its fundraising.
you talking about ching ching.
Ching, ching, ching.
Woo, you can't even see the coins. You can't hear the coins. There's so much paper.
That's right. Ching, ching, ching.
Mr. E, but I'm telling you, it is just definitely a wonderful voter registration number rise after Democrats switched from Biden to Harris. Again, $80 million in the first 24-hour window of his fundraising efforts.
And then, you know, Miss Hinton, what else also happened is there was 40,000 people registered to vote within 48 hours after the President Biden announced he was suspending his re-election campaign.
And endorsing Vice President Harris. Vote.org made that statement. And, you know, I would hear Mr. E about, folks kind of like not being sure that President Biden could make this 2024, election go the way it needed to go. I didn't know the leaders at one time were very, very skeptical and very concerned.
Yeah.
Because during that first debate, it was kind of like a horror story.
That's
I
right.
mean, watching President Biden try to keep his stamina, try to talk, try to, get his thoughts. And it didn't really play out 100 like it could have. I think the leadership, the Democratic Party and those Democrats in Congress were like, this not going to work.
They paid close attention to the President of the United States, and they watched him as he got off the airplane. They watched him as his speech impediment kicked in and how he was, short-term memory,
Yes.
And so they paid close attention to him. And when they paid close attention to him, they saw that he was making some errors and some mistakes, and that he was, instead of being fast Joe, he was slowing down.
He was slow. He was definitely slowing down.
He was being slow Joe.
But it's good that people were not in denial.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't. When he did his speech after he endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris, you did see again that same slow, you see him sometime peak up and be alert, he's alert, but then you did see. And so I really believe personally, Mr. E, that they made the right move. But listen to the numbers. It says of the new voter registrations, 83% were from people aged 18 to 30. Oh,
young folk.
I tell you
what. Down?
Who? Well, I mean, as soon as she said yes, I will, run to become the front runner, because August the 7th, they're going to start their convention, and she's going to see if she's got all the delegates she needs. But in the meantime, folk were running, Mr.
That's
E,
right.
not walking to the to register to vote, but they were just coming out of the woodwork.
They said 38,500 new voters registered within that 48-hour period.
Absolutely.
83% of the people from the ages, like you say, from 18 to 34. 18 to 34, not the seniors, not 40 and over, 50 and over, but the young folks, 18 to 34, they begin to register to vote and voted with nonprofit organ groups. And a
Yes.
healthy democracy depends on all Americans making their voice heard at the ballot box.
Absolutely. It just seemed like she revitalized the whole party, the country, women, men, you name it. And folk are going to register to vote. We're here today to encourage you to get up and get out and register. Those that are 18 now, old enough to vote,
That's right.
it's time for you all to get in this thing. Don't wait till you're 50 years old. You say, oh, well, I'm a grandma now. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to register. Get involved now, because I tell you, the country is not just about grandma and
That's
them
right.
and, older people. It's about you. It's about you as a young person. It's about you as, building your family, your community. It's time for you to get involved. Lift your voice and let the things that you want to see happen in your world.
And making this place a better place to live, getting out there and letting everybody know that, yes, my vote do count. Yes, I'm registered to vote so I can make a difference, so I can make a change.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of things that folks are not liking, and they want to make a change.
Yes, they want to know who's going to do what. All right, we have a front runner, allegedly, possibly, Kamala Harris, Vice President. Then you have on the other side, Republican, Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump. He's in the race. And so we need to know what these candidates are going to bring to the table.
That's right.
We also need for you all to get out. So, Ms. E, let's talk about voter registration. You can learn how to vote and get a registration card, find out your state registration deadlines, and how to confirm or change your registration. How to register to vote, Ms. E?
And well, here also you can learn how to update your change. And when you learn how to vote, when you get eligible to vote, to know that first of all you have to be eligible to vote. That's right. You have to be.
Well, it says how to register. You have to learn how to register so you can vote in the federal, state, and local election.
That's right. You got to learn what's on the ballot. Learn what you got to do in order to do that.
Absolutely. You have to register to learn how to get into the polls.
And then also you got to learn, you have to know the update or the changes in your voters registration.
All right.
When learning how to update your name, address, and political party affiliation on your voter registration, and found out how to cancel it after moving.
Now, these things are very important.
That's right.
These things are very important because I'm telling you, a lot of people are disenfranchised with some people being sneaky about, voter registration or changing the voter registration place to over here to not having your name on the list. And if you're not wise and don't have enough information, you will be into a cycle of not being able to lift your voice and cast your vote. So it's very important that you learn how to have your IDs, address, your political party affiliation.
Yeah.
On your voter registration. And if you're moving, don't think that you can still vote at a certain precinct if you have not changed
That's right.
that information.
And that's very important, Ms. Hinton. You got to confirm your voters registration status also.
Mm-hmm.
You got to check your voters registration online to confirm your voters registration number, and if you are still registered. That's the whole thing about it.
Yes.
Verify your name, your address, your political party, and your polling place.
Absolutely.
In other words, if you move across town and used to live on the other side of town, and you move to another part of town, make sure that your name is registered in your vote. Well, I used to vote over here, so make sure that you have changed all of that so that you can right now go out and vote.
and have your credentials updated. Don't go there with an expired license.
That's right.
Don't go there.
Well, that's my identification card.
You're gonna get denied because they look at your information, your ID, and all that kind of stuff.
Ms. Hinton, to be eligible to be eligible to register to vote in Virginia, a person must be a resident in Virginia for one.
Absolutely.
A person who has come to Virginia for temporary purposes and intend to return to another state is not considered a resident for voting.
Absolutely.
You got to be a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be 18 years or old. A person who's 17 years old and will be 18 years of age in the next general election shall be permitted to register in advance and also vote an intervention primary or a special election. Not to be registered or plan to vote into another state. Not currently declared mentally incapacitated by the court of law. If convicted of a felony, your right to vote must be restored.
Oh, wow.
So them are the eligibility to register to vote in Virginia. A person must be.
Okay, but we also wanted to mention voter registration deadlines. Every state has its own voter registration deadline. Find out yours and make sure you can register in time to vote. There is a deadline in each state. So don't think you can wait till the last minute and say, oh, I want to come and register. You have a date that you have to have your registration in by, so you are eligible to vote. But that's some good information, Mr. E, how to register.
That's right.
Being a resident of Virginia, if you're in Virginia. Now, you all go ahead and Google your own state and get eligibility information. You got to be 18 years of age and older. And not be registered and plan to vote in another state. I know there's a certain party that, both parties, I put it like that will say, well, voter fraud is here or there or not there, or, somebody has done something illegal and things like that. They don't have a lot of examples of voter fraud, but there are people that are always trying to look for those little teeny things and saying, oh, it's been fraud because you're not from here, or you're using a dead person's address and information. So make sure you have your credentials right. Make sure you have everything that it takes to be eligible to vote in your state.
And Ms. Hinton, here's some more information that we wanted to drop in the ear, where that if they're looking to get applications, to vote, you can go online registration. You can go to your local voters registration office. You can download it on a PDF file and copy the registration form in English, Chinese, or Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
You go to your state or local government office when applying for certification. You can go to your government office in the state and state provision, Armed Force Recruiting Officer, Public Library, Virginia Department of Election Office, Department of Motor Vehicle Office, and Virginia Registration Drive.
Voter registration drive.
Voter registration drive. You go to DMV and pick up.
Yes.
Yeah.
They make it so easy.
Yeah, that's right. So, since they make it so easy and you're eligible to vote, you have no excuses of why not to vote. And there are some days for the elections when you're looking to register after the registering election. You got 22 days before the general for the general election, and you got 22 days now before the primary, and 14 days before special, and 7 days before the special election called by the governor.
Yes. So do not find yourself behind those numbers when it comes to the registration. You can do it now. They're going to have registration precincts all over your state.
That's right.
Like Mr. E said, they're going to make it easy. You can go in the library and all kind of places and register. Even in some of the conventions and things like that, people are getting information out to people on how they can register to vote right there.
For this upcoming elections, Ms. Hinton, for the general and special election, the first day of in-person election, early voting at your local registration office is Friday, September the 20th. And deadline to register to vote are upcoming existing is October the 15th. Deadline to apply for a ballot to be mailed to you is October the 25th by 5 o'clock p.m. Voters registration office open early for early voting Saturday, October the 26th. The last day in-person early voting at your local voting registration office is Saturday, November the 2nd at 5 o'clock p.m.
Okay, you can improve your chances of a successful registration. Complete all information blocks on the application. If any information requested does not apply to you, indicate such by writing the word none or NA in that space. Sign and date the registration application. Submit your completed application by mailing it to the appropriate address or delivering it to your local registration office. Mailing addresses for general registrars can be found using local lookup tools. Failing to complete this form probably could result in your registration being delayed or denied.
Ms. Hinton, and all this information can be found on the World Wide Web on Virginia Department of Elections.
Absolutely. Way to send your completed application. The voter registration application can be mailed to U.S. Postal Service or hand delivered to any official registration office. Now, why, Ms. Lee, why should you vote in the U.S. election?
Ms. Hinton, you should always vote in the U.S. election because you can help make decisions.
Mm-hmm.
There's a decision that's on the ballot. There's a decision that's out here that we got to vote for, that we got on the ballot that we need you to pay close attention to. And when you need to pay close attention to, there's reasons on why you should do this.
Well, every 4 years, the United States holds an election for president. Congressional elections occur every 2 years, while various state and local elections happen every year. Now, you all listen to that because everybody's, Miss Lee, they get real hype about those that every 4 year election, the main election, and they forget about the elections that come yearly, and they kind of don't even pay attention to some of the issues and things that are on the ballot. While some rules vary, you're typically eligible to vote if you're a U.S. citizen and meet state residency requirements. Register to vote and 18 years of old or before election day. Make sure you do that. Why is it important to vote?
Here's 15 articles, Ms. Hinton, that reasons why a person should vote. When you begin to look at why I should vote and you don't have any reason why you should vote, you ought to be able to vote. Voting is impacting the future.
Absolutely.
Voting is impacting the future. Yes. And when you're voting to impact the future in the USA, one person can get one vote. It may feel your vote doesn't matter. What can one person do to change the future? Voting for things you believe in does matter.
Absolutely.
The main reason is that when people organize around any issues and all make their voices heard, society changes. The other reason is that while your vote can feel meaningless is the federal election. It has a huge impact on small local races. NPR is listed as series of race determined by just a few votes, like a 217 Virginia House of Delegate race.
Absolutely. You don't think that some of these lower elections count, but these things usually address the community and the things that affect you. So it's important that you vote. Your vote impacts the future. I like this one. Voting isn't a right Americans have always had.
That's right.
Say
that again.
Voting isn't a right Americans have always had. Mm-hmm. Millions of Americans vote in elections, but in the past, the number of those eligible was much smaller. In 1789, the U.S. Constitution didn't even detail specific voting rights, instead leaving it up to the states. Most states only let white, male, landowners vote. In 1868, the 14th Amendment established birthright and naturalized citizenship, while the amendment also gave free enslaved people and Black people citizenship. They still weren't giving voting rights until 2 years later. Women weren't given the right to vote until 1920, and in 1965, the Voting Rights Act passed, finally providing more voting right protection. Many people take voting for granted, but it is the result of centuries of activism, Mr. E, and
That's right.
progress.
That's right.
Come on now.
Voting is, you got that opportunity now, and especially if you're African American.
African American, and what about
And a
women
woman,
now?
and
Black
a
men
woman.
were able to
Yeah.
vote before black women, and so this is something that you should take serious and say, wait a minute, there was a time when I couldn't
I
do
could
this.
not vote. Only person that could vote was the Caucasian fellow.
Absolutely.
And now that we got this golden opportunity to go out there and make our vote count. Voting is a
Absolutely.
right, are under threat, and voting can help protect them.
Yeah, voting rights are under threat, and people are trying to take your rights away. They're trying to make it so, make it harder. Oh, you need this and you need that to come to the polls. Oh, let's hide the precinct over here so you all won't know
That's
where
right.
to go. Let's put fake stuff, especially with technology now. Let's just put fake information up there
Ballots
to
and say,
steer
yeah.
people in another direction.
Yeah.
And so, wherein everybody has the right and privilege to vote now, there are people that's trying to steal
That's right.
that information so you won't be able to cast your vote.
And when you out there going to the polling center, and there's folks that's standing out there in front of you passing out information, make sure you study to show yourself approval. You don't have approve. You don't have to take that information that somebody gives you and make that decision. That's who you're gonna vote for. Make it your business that you look things over.
All right. Voting is an important tool for civic engagement.
Mm-hmm.
It also voting is essential to a representative government. Voting holds politicians accountable, which we need to, because we got too many. I'm not going to say the word. Too many in office, and they don't want to do right. They're shady, they're liars, and they do all kind of crap.
And number 7, voters is
local election have
that's
direct
right.
what? Impact.
Impact. That's right. And then voting impacts international relations.
Ooh.
And then
yes.
That's right.
Then voting helps you stay informed on issues.
And the United States is facing more threats and need informed voters.
Oh my goodness, educate yourself on what's going on.
That's
We've
right.
been saying that. Make sure you know what the issues are. Voting rights have been under threat lately. The United States is struggling. America is facing worsening climate and more bankruptcies, among other issues. We have women issues. We have all kind of stuff going on, and we need you all to be informed.
That's right. And that's right. We need you to be informed. We just don't want you. Listen, there are other voting reasons why you should vote. Immigration is under another important issue, And then the last one, Ms. Hinton.
Which one is that?
That's the LGBTQ.
That's right. Women's rights, civil rights. Let's put it like this: civil rights. Everybody has the right to be able to vote, to have a good life, to not have someone to persecute them because of who they are, what they were born into. If you're black, you don't have no business being degraded because your skin is dark or your skin is light or whatever. You don't have no business being discriminated against because you're a woman or what. These things you all have to pay attention, because you have some people that are trying to pull you back into a place where you don't count.
That's
you don't
right.
have no power.
That's
you
right.
can't get information, and we can't go back.
And also, if you've been a convicted felon and you done did your time, go back and get restored. Get your rights restored back to you. And don't sit around and say my vote don't count because I'm a felon. Listen. If they allow, and here's what I'm saying, if they allow a convicted felon to run for president, what you think they'll do with your rights to restore?
Absolutely. You all go to the National Voter Registration website and get information. If you don't know it or didn't catch the show, go ahead and get it on the National voter registration page. I tell you what, look, it's been a wonderful day.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Register to vote. And we are going to see you on Fun Friday. Or you can come over here for a few minutes for some upcoming information. Have a blessed day. Where I am now, better than before. I also want to inform you all, I'm back. Look, October 12th, save the date for our anti-bullying initiative. We'll have more information if you stay with us and give you how you can be a part of our community against bullying. A call to action now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. She's back. And for more information, give us a call at 757-714-7861. Thank you so very, very much for joining us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9, Peace 95.3, and WPCE 1400 AM. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful hump day.
I grew up and began to see. All right. I'm back. Had a wonderful vacation. The summer's still here, and there's still more things to do. I plan on taking advantage of the time before getting back in the groove of things. I just mentioned October the 12th, which is our anti-bullying rally, our community against bullying.
That's right.
Call to action now, which will take place at Virginia Beach Central Library this year. We want you all to support. We want our kids to be there, schools, represent churches, represent and come out and lift your voice. You know, these are issues that we are dealing with. And I'm telling you, it's not getting any easier for our kids and others that are being bullied. We're going to talk about bullying, how to change that behavior, how to eradicate it. We're going to talk about the bystander and how he can get himself back where he can defend those that are hurting. We're going to help the bully because he needs help. He's one of the main ones that need help. And those that suffer from the results of bullying, we're definitely going to have help for you. We'll have all kind of games, entertainment, information. Come on out, October the 12th, Virginia Beach Central Library, our community against bullying, a call to action.
You said so much just a few minutes ago. You said about 5 things that, about bullying. You said about the reform of a bully. You said about the bystanders of a bully. And, and I just want our listening, and the victim of bullying. I just want our listening audience to know also, Ms. Hinton, that bullying is everywhere. It's not just child's play. We done got away from recognizing what bullying is all about because we figured that that's puppy love. That's just, a walk in the park. Listen, pay close attention. Pay close attention to your children. Why your children don't want to go to school and why they joke about them and why, so you get an early start. We get an early start this year to bring to your attention, to let you know that bullying is everywhere. So you can write this on your calendar that our community against bullying at the Central Library in Virginia Beach, that's October the 12th. You're going to hear more about it. You're going to hear more about a call to action now. You're going to hear more about bullying. You done seen bullying. And some of you have already experienced bullying.
Yes.
And it's not just for your children. It's for grand adults also.
Yes.
Miss Hinton, a lot of people may not never know this, that bullies can be in the church just as well.
Ooh, you got a lot of bullies in the church. You got them in the schools. You got them on the playground. You have it at college, campus, businesses, wherever people reside, even on the road. Oh my goodness, you're going to have bullying. And so we want to address it because it's not, like Mr. E said, child's play. It has gone to another level.
That's right.
And it has caused so much harm. You have people that commit suicide. They cut themselves. They are at their wits' end. Bullies don't know how to stop being bullies. They get in trouble, stay in trouble, end up in jail, a lot of them. And then you have people that stand by and just watch. It's like, I don't know what to do, or either they're egging it on. And so we really need to get that information to see how we can better our community.
And not only that, Ms. Hinton, bullies also have whole great jobs. They're great job. They have great. They're great. They got their police officers are bullies. Some nurses are bullying.
Yes.
And, doctors and lawyers could be a bully. You got to remember that a bully comes in all shapes, sizes, and form. You'd be surprised that you call for help and then you got a bully that peers up at your door. And when a bully peers up at your door, you think that this police officer, I'm just saying, using that, you think this police officer has taken a vow to save your life, to protect you, and you make the call, and he turn around and shoots you. And so you got them all. You got folks in these nursing homes. These care folks that are taking care of folks in their home, they become bullies. They whip your senior parents. They not, they'll whip them, turn them over real rough. They'll call them all out of name and tell them that they better eat what they don't want to eat. So
and some of the patients are bullies.
Right.
Those that are in the homes and stuff. They are bullies. They will fight you, and then you're trying to, do good as an employee, and they're popping you every time you come in the door. They spitting on you, popping you, cursing you out.
Right.
You got bullies. Then you got those that are called Karens. They got these Karens, they call them. And sorry if your name is Karen. I'm not talking about every Karen, but it's a cliche. Karens, and they go out and they just bully everywhere they go. They just bullying folks. So bullying is everywhere.
That's right.
And we want to address that. October the 12th, don't forget to save the date. It is like, it's something that we need to do. So also, look, upcoming shows. Don't forget on Friday, we're going to have our What's in Your Closet segment. We're going to have a wonderful show. We want you to join us. And then Monday, I'm so glad I'm back for Sports Talk because Mr. E, I want to talk about the Olympics and the WNBA as well.
And Ms. Hinton, I am so glad that when we talk about Sports Talk, I won't let out while you're on that subject, I want to let everybody know, and I told them this on Monday, that I was so appalled when I saw women.
What you mean appalled?
And women in full gear. I knew that they was playing football, but in full gear, I saw it with my own two eyes. How they
me
was
and
playing.
Sheila Robbins gonna jump if we hear that word appalled when it's associated with women's
How
football.
they was hitting each other. I mean.
But why you use the word appalled, Mr. E? That's not a good.
I thought word. They wouldn't do. I didn't think they.
You don't think women should play
football?
Football.
No.
So they shouldn't play basketball either.
They can play basketball.
So they shouldn't even be on that planet either.
I think they can play basketball, but I believe they can play basketball. But I think there's certain sports. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to put it out there like that. But I just think that football.
What's the problem with a woman playing football? Because she got personal.
No.
Because you all got personal pronouns that need to be protected too. Let's just tell it like it is.
Because when you playing football and being hit by somebody else, that knocks your whole body out of whack. That knocks your
same thing
bone.
For y'all.
Right. That makes your hip leg bone break your leg. And if you look at so many men that play so many play football, some of them are just crippled. They can't walk.
But they allowed because they have the gifts and the talents for it.
They are crippled. They can't walk later on in life, and and then they become druggies. And sometimes women, they hold things together, and I applaud women. I like to see them because they are the backbone of a family.
Yes, and they're playing ball. It's nothing you all can do about it. About women advancing in any area they want to go into. Look at us getting ready to embark. This could be history. We could have the first woman president of the U.S. of A. You cannot keep a woman down. If she's going to do something,
we're going to have.
We are, so women, do what you do your thing, wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to play.
It's your thing.
Don't listen to Mr. E.
It's your thing. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. You know.
Anyway,
You
we
know,
want to
that's
thank you all,
that's
first of
something.
all, for joining us. Chris Hinton, how you doing? Sheila Robbins, we got Big Brown 2020, Roger Smith up here, underscore 1911 with us. All you all that are on with us, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for your support. So we're just talking, but we see the evolution of the
Yeah.
things women are experiencing, and we're really glad to see this race and how it is played out. Did you see Mrs. Kamala Harris, Vice President, talking on yesterday at her rally? I thought I would scream. She said, "If you want to, what did she say? How did she say it? She said, tell you want to talk about me. She said, talk about me too.
My face.
Face.
Don't go behind my back."
You want to look. I want to debate you, and you running scared. She says.
And she said she got great qualifications and who she is and what
Oh,
she did in her life, and she know how to defend herself. And don't let nobody tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't let nobody tell you that she don't like Jews. Her husband, let's put that out there,
a Jewish man.
Is a Jewish man.
Yes.
So she got a multi-mixture in her family. She got Asian in India in her family. She's an African American girl, and she married to a Jewish man.
Absolutely.
So she got it going on. So she's well rounded, and not only that, she came from Hampton University. Howard University. I'm sorry, she came out of Howard University, and that's the HBCU college. Yeah, and she's one of the great. She's one of the great. So hey, look, support her.
Absolutely.
Her. My vote is at her.
Find out the issues. Find out what she's running on. I know everybody's caught up, but you want to sit back and find out what she's going to do for you, your community, your family, for the world. And so we're going to follow that. We're going to follow and look at and see what the other folk are doing, seeing if there's anything that catches our attention, something that we might like or not like. We got to look at both of these candidates and see what they bring to the table.
And here's one thing for Ms. Hinton take off. Here's one thing I want you to know. If you want to continue to keep your Social Security, go Kamala Harris. Don't you change. If you don't work all your life, and you now done pay taxes into that your state, and you getting a Social Security. Listen, stick with Kamala.
Well, we can't tell you who to vote for, but we can tell you to please definitely register to vote. That's what we're talking about today. Get out there and register to vote.
Yeah.
Lift your voice. Don't sit back and not feel like your vote and your voice doesn't count. That's because it does. Okay, so we've also talked about saving the date.
Yeah.
Also, follow us on social media. We would love for you all to go to our pages, our YouTube page at FYI Radio Show, host Yolanda Hinton, or Crystal Records 1, or our Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook pages, and like our pages, share our content, tell people about our show. And as a matter of fact, we got an anniversary coming up soon. We're going to be celebrating that. You can also be a special guest intern or sponsor with FYI Radio Show.
And if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor with FYI Radio Show or be in our audience, that's right. If you want to be in our audience, all you got to do is drop that information to us, your email, and we'll email you back. That's FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. And send us your email, and we'll email you back and let you know what day is a great day for you to be in be a part of our audience. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor or intern of the Most Talked About Radio Show, all you have to do is give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can inbox the Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, our FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show live at gmail.com. And guess what? We'll get back with you also.
Absolutely.
Did we say anything about our sponsors? We didn't mention our sponsors.
So listen, don't forget to go to bulvickacademy.com, www.bulvickacademy.com. That's BULVIC. Check out the information on bullying. Check out information about how you can get involved with our community against bullying, a call to action now. check out the books by Yolanda Hinton. Bullying is right underneath your nose, and the Diary of a Former Bully. Also, Bullvig. There's a game up there. It's a game app. The link takes you to Google Play, which you can do for your Android. You can download for your Android, and it takes you to apple.com, and you can have your iPad and your iPhone have the game downloaded in it. Remember, the books are in English, they're in Spanish. You can get it at for your what you call it. You can get it in the voice acx.com. You can actually go to acx.com and get the Audible book.
Audible, yeah.
And then you can get a hard copy. Ask Barnes and Noble, could they get you a hard copy? Buy a hard copy. It's also downloaded. And please support those books from Yolanda Hinton. And don't forget, Make It All Right.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, wherever music is sold, you can download. We want you all to support us and just bless us. And we will definitely continue to bless you. So, Mr. E, it's been a wonderful day. I'm glad I'm back. And thank you all for supporting Mr. E. You know, he went forth. One thing I wanted to mention that I heard on the show he did on Monday was he was talking about football. Oh my goodness. So are y'all ready for some football?
Yeah.
Y'all better get ready because they're starting to do their thing, training and everything. And we'll talk about that on Monday, Sports Talk. So look, have a wonderful and blessed day.
That's right. And make sure you take care of the seniors because it's going to be
Woo.
blistering hot outside. Make sure the dogs and cats and it gets enough water. You know, if you got a stray cat running in your neighborhood or a stray dog, make sure you put some water out for the stray animals. Yes. And not in your yard, but put it outside your yard so they won't continue to hang around your yard. And make sure you give them some water and take care of your seniors. Okay?
All right. God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
2 up, 2 down, BA.